Coach Nick Lakovic. Let's give the young man filming a little bit of credit here. So who is it?
This is Maddox Humphreys, and this is he's one of the up-and-comers.
All right, listen, Tyke Hayes is a part of your basketball team. He, of course, was the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette's Player of the Year football. 2,195 yards, 26 touchdowns. He'll be coming back. He has already committed to Penn State. Just tell me about him as far as his basketball ability. We know what he can do on the football field. What can he do on the basketball field?
I'll tell you what, his biggest attribute is you never have to tell him to pick up his effort. When he walks through this door, he's 110%. And I mean, he has an incredible work ethic, and he plays as hard as anybody. Love him.
By the way, Mike White, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, my favorites. They do an incredible job. That prestigious honor has been around since, well, just about 30 years, around 1994 or so. Josh Lay, a former Quip, actually won it. And speaking of that, so I got here a little early, had a chance to watch the women work out and practice. They've got a game at Elwood City tomorrow night. Elwood City, Dina Noble, their coach, and they are currently 5-1. I was in the hallway looking at some of the names, and of course, I can't help but talk about Jim Deep, my dear friend who's no longer with us. Member of a state championship team here many years ago, about 30 years ago, as a matter of fact. Talk about his legacy a little bit here at Aliquippa. There have been so many great coaches. We'd be here all night, but he really has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, he was a real Jim Valvano type guy, and he really had a passion, and he really put a lot into it. That always that'll live on.
Listen, you've done an incredible job here. Let me give you a little bit of credit. And I got to be honest with you. I know they're undefeated, and I know they got Gerard and Shilly who can shoot the lights out as far as three-pointers. But I was shocked you lost that basketball game. How good is Mount Lebanon?
They're very good. They were the #1 6A team in WPIL. I sure would like to play that game a couple weeks down the road. They got us at the right time.
They did. Parabol, how good is he?
They're all the same.
Really?
I couldn't tell you who was who. They're all the same size. They all play the same way. They have a good team. They have a really good team. They'll be a tough out for just about anybody.
If I wasn't working on KDK tomorrow night, you know where I'd be? I'd be at the Pharaoh Aliquippa game.
Hey, there's a lot of history and tradition there.
Man, where are you playing that at?
Here.
Oh my, this place better be packed tomorrow night. A lot of history there. But then, coming up Thursday, Shar Valley, Jaden Davis, he's the young guy who really is making a name for himself, growing into that point guard position. Talk a little bit about that basketball.
They're typical Shar Valley. They'll play hard. You know, it pretty much begins with Jaden Davis. I mean, pound for pound, he may be the best scorer in the whole WPIL. He is a handful. And they have another young man, Julian Semplis, who looks like he's breaking out this year. So they got a pretty good group.
Cam, my man, who's going to the University of Pittsburgh, had a really good football season, but he had 23 points in that game the other night. What about him as a basketball player?
Cam's just a horse, man. He's a low down low. You know, we try to give him the ball as much as possible. You know, he's
athletic.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much can do it all, and we're very fortunate to have him.
All right, yeah, Cam Lindsay, and the other young man, Joshua Pratte, who's of course the brother of L.A. Pratte, exceptional basketball player. He had 11 in that game. Boy, he's got some skills too, huh?
Yes, Josh. You know, if he keeps doing the right things, Josh has got a chance to be a really good player. You know, I'm thinking every bit as good as his brother L.A. or maybe even better.
Well, let me tell you, the one problem that Aliquippa has had, and I've been at this game a long time, going back when Coach Manick was doing both, and he had Darrell Rivas and those guys making the transition from football to basketball. And because this team, by the way, thanks to the great Heinz Company for all of the things they've done, but in case you haven't heard, they have dedicated their own bottle of Heinz ketchup for the PIAA for a state champion Aliquippa Quip, so that's pretty exciting stuff. And I got to tell you, that transition does take a little bit longer because these guys are usually playing football into either late November, early December. So it really is a few weeks out by the time you really get your legs for basketball and kind of get that football stuff in your rearview mirror, right?
Mm-hmm. You know, every year football season will start, and different teams will complain, oh, what, we got to play up, or we got to play down, or we got to do this, we got to do that. At the end of the day, they really ought to take a look at how these seasons overlap. These kids just played, 15 games, football games, and then come the very next day in the gym here and get ready for another 22 to 30 games. There should be a little break there for these kids. The football season is just too long, or I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but they really need to take a look at that.
Last thing, every time I come here, my heart just sings with joy. There's something about Aliquippa, and they've got a great curriculum here, great teachers, great administrators, incredible student body, athletes, of course, for sure, but people as far as educators, mentors. I love this community. There's so many good things about Aliquippa other than just sports. Sports are good, but there's a lot more good going on.
Yeah, no, there's a lot that people don't know. I mean, like you said, the school administration, curriculum, sports, everything in the last several years have like gone to another level. You know, we were always at a high level. Now it's exceeding that. It's getting bigger and better, and I'm happy to be around it.
Well, listen, you mean a lot to me, and we've been doing this on and off for a long time. And thank you for making it so easy. And it's always nice to be a part of Quick Nation.
Hey man, good to have you here.
The only thing it's missing is the LeDon brothers. If they were here, this would be a perfect night for me.
Yeah.
But I'm heading to Elwood City to kind of get ready for the Feast of the Seven Fishes broadcast with Coons Market on McKnight Road. And don't forget, for all of your holiday needs in Beaver County, that Coons Market in Hopewell. Coach and I, thank you so much. Until next time, it's your Pratt Pack. Go Quips.